Guys, most people are asleep at the wheel right now as XRP's next big move is about to happen. This video will show you some XRP price charts that show how close we are to XRP's next big move. I will also talk about a big misconception in the cryptocurrency world. How can XRP ever make its next big move if Ripple is selling so much of it? Guys, in this video, we'll talk about both of these things. But more importantly, we'll talk about something that hasn't happened in years and is a great sign that XRP is about to make a move. As always, this station means a lot to me because it helps me. Thank you to everyone who liked the movies and signed up for the channel. These two easy things help me a lot. Also, if you want to buy some XRP, check out Uphold, my favorite market, which is linked right below the video. So let's get started, and I hope you all enjoy what I have to say. Here's the first thing I want to talk about in this video that I think gets a lot of attention but isn't really understood. Ripple is only there to dump XRP. This is something that is talked about a lot, especially by people who live in different environments. XBT is a great example of this right now. He's a well-known coin researcher, and he just says, hey, I'm never going to help anyone with XRP because in the end, people who hold XRP are just exit liquidity for Ripple. In other words, XRP buyers only exist so that Ripple can sell XRP to them. I asked XBT a question here, and I know he won't answer it. But as an XRP user, this is one of the most important things you need to know. They say that there are experts in every cryptocurrency that has ever been made. Satoshi and many of the people he worked with were early adopters of Bitcoin. There was an ICO for Ethereum. In almost every cryptocurrency, there is a research team that gets a big chunk of the supply, a group of people who have been there from the beginning, or someone who is encouraged to be there and gets paid through the protocol. Every system out there has some kind of beginning. And during that startup period, there are a lot of tokens available. This was the case with XRP when Ripple was given XRP. That was true for Bitcoin when the first Bitcoins were being mined by the early Satoshi group before anyone else knew what Bitcoin was. This was also true for Ethereum when it held an ICO and sold ETH before the chain was even built. Every chain has people who work there. Guys, guess what? The people who own the cryptocurrency can do whatever they want with it. They could sell some of the coin. Most of the cryptocurrency might be held by them. They are going to do whatever they want. But it's silly that everyone acts like XRP is the only chain where people are selling XRP within a small group. As it turns out, Ripple is the most open company about how much XRP is being sold. No one really knows who is at the ETH for projects like Ethereum. The Ethereum Foundation holds an unknown amount of ETH. They don't say when or how they'll sell. None of these things are linked to anyone else. That makes people in the market think, well, if I don't know about it, I guess it's not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. The people at Ripple are honest and let people know what they're doing with their XRP. They tell you straight out. They told the market. Some people think that's a bad thing. But it's kind of a good thing if another project chooses to hide everything they're doing and do it in the background without anyone knowing. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's just something you need to know that has nothing to do with how much the ticket is worth. And this is because in the end, even if Ripple is selling, how come? Someone else is buying on the other side of that. And if an early adopter at a different school is selling, guess what? Someone else is getting it. The market works that way. People buy and sell. It's not possible to make people do something. People are going to do what they want. Of course, more people will want to buy and sell it if it's something important that will go up in value over time. It really is that easy. But this idea that it matters who sells what tokens, who got insiders tokens and who got early tokens is completely silly, guys. The most important thing about XRP is that it doesn't cause prices to rise. There are 100 billion XRP already in circulation, and there will never be more. That person talks about a lot of different coins. Most of them have inflation built in. There are more and more pieces all the time. You are losing value. What's really bad about all kinds of tokenomics and blockchain technology is that not a small group of early adopters getting tokens as a prize for their hard work. These people are lying to you about everything, and they're basically just trying to get out of your bag. As long as you understand how these systems work, you'll know that the way XRP was made and distributed is the same for all projects. And anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is probably pushing something with much worse tokenomics than the XRP system, which I think has great tokenomics. Okay, enough with that. I want to quickly give you an update on the XRP ledger. We just got a new change passed for KYC and AML credentials. This is really cool because, in my opinion, it's one of the things that makes the XRP record unique from all the other blockchains out there. The XRP ledger is focused on adding useful code for financial institutions, right? This is in contrast to other blockchains that are working on niche meme coins, NFTs, and other things that, let's face it, aren't going to take off. Things like AML and know your customer. From the very beginning, Ripple met with the Federal Reserve and many of the big banks. Ripple knows exactly what these banks need to be on these different chains in order to use them, right? Most of these banks don't seem to mind if there are a lot of meme coins or different NFTs being released, right? That doesn't bother them. And things like AML and KYC are very important for making that happen. What they want is to be able to use these blockchains legally. David Schwartz has said more than once that one of the most important things the cryptocurrency business has been missing for a while is the fact that banks can't use this technology even if they want to. There are too many problems with obedience. Too many problems in crypto haven't been fixed yet that these banks need. It's great that KYC and AML checks can be done on the XRP ledger. This makes it easier for financial institutions to use, but what's even more important is that it makes the XRP ledger stand out from other chains. People say that the XRP ledger's main use case will be in finance because it was designed for business use. It's not focusing on a lot of the Bitcoin industry's buzzwords and trends because of this. These things are more important.